Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me. We're going to take a look at Tower Dungeon Volume 2 by Tsutomu Nihei. This is the second volume. I just did a review of the first volume a few days ago. If you want to watch that first, you can. I just finished this book last night and I devoured it. It was so good. And I want to review it now before I let it go and start, because I already started something else. How I do. Like over here are these Deadpool samurais that they're lined up for an upcoming video. I finished them a couple months ago, up to number 3, and I haven't done. Anyway, you get me. I have tons of reviews to do. Let's get to this one. Tower Dungeon 2. This is Lillison on the cover. She is a character that becomes prominent here in the second volume. We're going to read what it says in the back. It says, Eriko, Lillison, and Yuva are left to rescue the princess on their own after their commanding officer, who just so happens to be the king's sister, is whisked back to the capital to sit the throne in his absence. The three face innumerable dangers as they begin to tease out the secrets of the Dragon Tower, but danger lurks without as well as within. Haughty knights, mighty sorcerers, a killer with the indomitable power of the Dracomorph. Monsters come in many forms. This dark dungeon-crawling fantasy from master of science fiction Tsutomu Nihei continues to expand its scope, hinting at a wider narrative set in what is surely his richest world yet. Do you have what it takes to face the perils of the Dragon Tower? I did. I faced them last night, and this second volume is outstanding. So it's a continuation of the first volume, which kind of ended on a bit of a cliffhanger where the main character and two other supporting characters were going to be going back into the tower to rescue the princess. And this second volume starts off right where that one ended. We get a recap of the story so far, and we get a cast of characters. So what's most important here is our three main characters. Our main character is Yuva here. He's back again. He is the hero of the book, excuse me. And then these two characters become prominent. They were in the first volume, but they become prominent here in the second volume, Eriko and Lillison. They are a party of heroes teamed up to rescue the princess. These other people, this is Funapa, his sister, Yuva's sister. Minzabel, she is the acting queen. She's his previous commanding officer, who's the sister of the king who was killed, and the aunt of the princess who they're trying to rescue. This guy, Rudaim, he doesn't really come into play here. He was in the first volume. Here's the princess. She's a Dracomorph. We haven't talked about that. It hasn't really mentioned much other than this new character that's here in the book, this new villain who's a Dracomorph. Here's the Necromancer. Here's Milagor. And here's Lillison. She's a main character, and she's great in this book. So, you have the three main characters. You got Yuva, the hero, the reluctant, unlikely hero. Then you have Eriko, who is the best archer in the land, very courageous, a good leader. And then you have Lillison, who is a mage. She's like a fire mage. She's got great power, but when she uses her power, she needs time to recoup. She has to sleep afterwards, and she gets very tired. So you have to this is Eriko's responsibility. He's the honcho in this team. Eriko has rank here, and he's like, she wants to jump into stuff, and he's telling her, hey, take it easy. We need to save your power till the end. We don't want to get into any fights, right? And they're just crawling in this place. It's just them, and it's like a dungeon, but it's a tower. It's so good, you guys. This was a great scene. I saw this last night. I saw this happen, and I read this last night, and it feels like you're seeing it happen, because let's talk about that right off the bat. So this is a Japanese comic. It's read from right to left instead of left to right like an American comic. One of the things that you're going to notice about it, if all you do is read, if you've lived your life reading American comics, is there's very little to no narration at all. There's zero narration. There's no writing above the panels or in the panels. There's no narration. It doesn't require narration because the art is so good. It's very cinematic. As you're reading this and following it through, and you get used to moving in this direction, it is very much like watching a movie. It is. So this scene, I found it to be humorous because they're crawling through this dungeon, and this book is very reminiscent of things like Dungeons and Dragons, like a role-playing game type scenario, and then it's also very much like a video game. And so as they're crawling through this dungeon, they come upon this gathering of pots, right? Isn't that just a common sight in a video game or in original Dungeons and Dragons? Is where it was probably first we got used to that, where the dungeon master says, "Okay, you turn the corner and there's a bunch of clay pots," right? So she smashes them, of course, and he's like, "Why? What are you doing? Don't smash those pots." Right? This is like what you do in a video game. She smashes all the pots because she says there might be something inside. And there is a necklace. She says, looking for anything unusual. What? You've never smashed a pot before? So I love, this is like a humor that only somebody like me appreciates, I guess. Maybe you appreciate it since you're watching this video, but I thought that I liked that. Anyway, they find this necklace. A bunch of stuff happens, man. This is a great volume. So they have to come. A bunch of things happen. All right. So a bunch of their stuff gets stolen from Yuva's back. Oh, look at this monster that's in this subway type, this aqueduct thing or whatever. But at least they found water. So they run out of food, they run out of water, they're stuck in here, they get lost, completely lost, and they come into some monsters, they get some of their stuff stolen. Look how good it is, man. Really, all of their stuff is stolen. And by this creepy person, this thief, and they find a way out, okay? They find a way out. They get their stuff back. They find a way out, okay? And they realize that they have found a staircase that will take them from the 75th level of the tower down to the first level of the tower. And Lillison is so happy to be outside. It's been too long. So they make their way out. Of course, they got to go back in. They're just coming out to get more supplies and to take a break, I guess. But when they come out, they find that everything has changed at the outpost. So it's been refurbished. There's a bunch of soldiers there, and there's also a bunch of adventurers there. Oh, there's this soldier that they meet that Lillison knows from school that is this cat, this feline race. She's a hero. Her name is Garabuna or something like that. I forget her name. Garabuna. Anyway, she's a good guy. So they find that they're kind of heroes, and they have a hotel room waiting for them. They have free food, and everything's going pretty good. But they get to this tavern, and they find all these other adventurers, all these other people, and these people are like mean mugging them. And then it turns out that Yuva's sister, she's come all the way from her village here because she's waiting for him to come out of the tower. She heard that he killed the monster, and she's worried about him. So she's got a job working at the tavern. Okay. And there's these excavators that are giving them the hairy eyeball. These are like these dungeon smashers. They bust stuff open. They're pretty cool. Look how cool it is. The art in here is great. Okay, so just a bunch of stuff goes down. A bunch of creepy stuff happens. You're seeing there's villains. There's fights. Ugh, look at this. What is that thing? It's a dracomorph. This guy's transforming into a dragon. That hurt, you wretch. This is just a great fight that goes on here. Action, action, action. This is all taking place outside of the Dragon Tower. There's a bunch of intrigue that's going down. There's a couple different groups of adventurers that are going to cause trouble. They're there not only to try and get the princess. They want to save the princess and then be able to rule. Because remember what I said, there was a decree: whoever can save the princess becomes king or queen. And like, this chick wants to do that. These people, all kinds of people, want to have all the power, and really, Yuva just kind of wants to do it because I don't know, he's trying to save the realm somehow. Even though it seems like the princess, there's been no discussion really too much of the princess. I think that it's accepted that she might be compromised somehow by the necromancer. So whoever ends this thing, whoever defeats the necromancer and rescues the princess, is going to be in control. Oh, look at this. Another Dracomorph. Somebody turned into a dragon. Remember how I said it's kind of like Game of Thrones? It kind of is like Game of Thrones. And D&D, and I don't know, man. It's just a lot of good action in here. I really enjoyed the second volume. As is often said, look how cool the last panel, man. It gets you going. It's like, oh boy, here comes Yuva. He's ready to kick some ass in volume 3. So as I often have said, maybe not so much on this channel, but I say it to myself probably. Very often the second volume of a manga series is better than the first. It's kind of like an American comic book. Sometimes, well, I don't know. There's really no comparison. Sometimes the second issue is better than the first issue. Anyway, these were both great, 1 and 2. And I particularly liked 2. I really liked the development of the 3 characters, of the 3. They become friends. The 3 people that are in this book, they trust each other, and they're like a team. And they have backstories, and you care about them. You care about these 3 people. Yuva is just killing it, man. He's just a hero he's real easy to get behind. He barely says anything. That's one thing I noticed about this book that was so funny, is that this guy's the main character and the hero, and I mean, he barely talks. He barely says a word in this entire book. He doesn't really need to. He's like, He like just looks. He looks at the camera. He looks at you. Look at what's going on here. Look at this stuff, man. Don't sleep on this. Tower Dungeon. And then Eriko, he's got some problems going on. He has some medical problems. Says one of the greatest archers in the kingdom, contemporaries with Lilith, an amiable fellow, and he is. He's a real good guy, and he's doing his best here in this volume to lead this party and keep everything going. But he's got other issues. You find out. I don't want to give too much away about everything, but it's really good. And then she's funny. She is something else. She can be a bit aggressive. She's great. She's an enjoyable character in this book. Man, I really can't recommend this enough. Tower Dungeon. Tower Dungeon 3 coming soon. I don't have it yet, but I'll probably get it this week or next week, and I'll devour it in a couple hours, and then I'll make a video reviewing it. If you enjoyed this manga review of Tower Dungeon 2, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.